Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames, and if you're new here, be sure to go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about Adidas to renegotiate with Ye. But haven't we heard that already? So this is given the sense that Adidas knew exactly what route they were going to take and is about to take with this Yeezy inventory. Remember I said to you that they're just throwing a tantrums to get feedback from, the powers that be, to see what's the best move they can make to make everyone happy with this Yeezy inventory. Now, we're hearing that they are gonna, donate the money from the Yeezy sales. And we know that Adidas is going to donate the net profit, right? And this is the tricky part, because when you sign a pledge, a donation is like a pledge. You're going to say to this company, you know what? We sold this inventory, even though the inventory is worth 1.25 billion dollars. Adidas, they're going to have overhead expenses. They have to put in marketing. The people who worked overtime on this campaign to sell this $1.2 billion worth of Yeezy inventory. Not just that, I'm going to tell you guys what else Adidas is going to do before we get into this report, because I actually saw this coming. Remember I said to you, in no way they're going to put this up in flames, because everyone is obsessed with this Yeezy money. It is good money. Now, the inventory that they have on hand, if you notice, the value of it keeps changing. So at the moment, they're saying it is at a value of 1.2 billion dollars, billion pounds. So what I expect Adidas to do, which they're not going to tell the public, but if you're familiar with retail, how retail works, and corporations like these, when they are trapped between a rock and a hard place, they're always going to think about the company first. On paper, they're going to keep it professional. The fine print is going to actually tell you or give you a glimpse into what they're truly going to do. So what Adidas is about to do is to make half of this inventory available for sale. They're going to repurchase the next half from themselves. Now you might be asking, why would they purchase half of this inventory for themselves? Let me explain. So if the Yeezy inventory is worth 1.2 billion pounds, they're going to purchase over $500 million worth of this inventory, because if they get a new business license, a third party license, which they can do, they can sell the Yeezy inventory as collectibles. If they sell them as collectibles, they'll be collecting up to 5 times the cost, which in turn is going to give them somewhere between $3 to $5 billion. And that's the direction they are going to move into, because this money, they need it for the company's survival. And the only product that they have at this point that can, you know, cushion all the losses plus give them a net over it is Yeezys. So Adidas is going to put this inventory up for sale. They're going to repurchase half of it, and they're going to sell that half as a third party company, which is going to give them somewhere between $3 to $5 billion, right? Now, the as it relates to the total sales, they're going to have their total sales on paper. They're going to minus their expenses, marketing, people who have worked overtime from the campaign. And what they're going to do, the money that they're going to give to donation is just their net sales. So everything, the net sales would be basically everything after their taxes that they have to pay to government. Now, this is where donating the money from the sale of the Yeezy inventory is going to be really beneficial for Adidas as well, which means that any tax amount that Adidas has owing to the government for the past 2 years, they're going to try to match that with the donation, because if they donate significantly, say for example, they have $3 million in taxes for the government. If they donate $1.5 million from the Yeezy sales, it means that they would no longer have to pay the government that $3 million, because once you're donating to charity, it cushions your tax amount that you have owing to the government. So they're going to end up paying maybe about somewhere between 35 to 45% of their actual tax amount. So this is just a business move for everyone. From this sale, Ye is going to get a significant figure from this. Now, when I say a significant figure, it means that he's not going to only benefit from the upcoming Yeezy sales. All back payments has to go to him before Adidas can move forward with selling the current Yeezy that they have on hand. So Ye is going to get somewhere between 1.5 to 1.8 billion dollars back and current, the money that Adidas breached in their contract, because the mere fact that Adidas is going to go forward to sell Yeezys, it means that they have to have some admission of guilt that they breached the initial contract that they had with Ye. And I believe that in that agreement, Ye and Adidas is going to agree to break even, which means that Adidas is going to agree to take some amount of loss. So too will Ye agree to take some amount of losses, and then they're going to move forward with a clean slate. Also, I believe that in the new contract, Adidas is going to want to hold on to dear life for those Yeezy designs, which I would say to Ye, you know what? Let them have it, but if they're gonna have it, they're gonna have to give Ye a significant percentage for those designs. Again, we're looking at over another $1 billion. So at this point in time, we have to say Ye is looking at somewhere between 2.5 to 3.5 billion dollars in profit coming from Adidas over the next year to 2 years, and that's damn good money. Now, you may say, but the investors are saying that, they don't want to have anything to do with Ye. Remember that the investors only started saying that now that the Yeezy money have stopped going into their pockets. The only thing you can do to an investor to make them stop complaining is to give them that money. The money is the reassurance they need. They honestly don't care about Ye ethics or any of that bullshit that they're putting on paper. Investors only care about their money and their potential loss. And once Adidas is giving them the reassurance that things are only going to be better going forward and give them that security, then they will be perfectly fine. So, let's talk about what is being reported. So based on this report, it's saying on Thursday, Bjorn Golden, the company's chief executive, told investors at the group annual shareholder meeting in Germany that destroying the goods was not the right move. Remember that the investors were pressuring Adidas, saying that they need a report on what they're going to do. The investors do not want this inventory to be destroyed either. The investors are just, using cards to play the game so that Adidas feels the pressure and have this fear of loss, so that Adidas will do whatever is required to ensure that their investors are secured. But let's move forward. So Adidas is saying to them, destroying the inventory is not the right move, and the company was working on a plan, to have them sold. He said that some of the proceeds would then go to unnamed charities. Listen to that. Some of the proceeds would then go to unnamed charities that represented people who were hurt by the comments made by Ye, which means that the Jewish community that is asking for the money, Adidas know that they're money hungry. They're greedy for this easy money. And Adidas, $2 million from this sales, take that money. Adidas is going to commit $2 million to them. Adidas can take up to 3 years to give them that $2 million. Take this and shut the hell up. That's what Adidas is going to do. No, Adidas says burning the goods is not the solution. What we are trying to do now over time is to sell parts of this merchandise and donate money to the organization that were hurt by Kanye's statement. Golden said, when we will do that and how we will do that is not clear yet. We are working out those things. He defended the initial decision to collaborate with the rapper, saying, as difficult as he is perhaps the most creative mind in our industry. Um, no doubt, Ye is the most creative mind, is one of the most creative mind in history, and many people are not paying attention that this man is going down in history as a genius. Ye, based on what many people from all walks of life, CEOs, business execs, financial analysts, musical genius, engineers, everyone is giving him one thing: he is one of the wisest men in history by far. Not just that, I was watching, I believe it was an interview. I forgot this gentleman's name. And when he went into details, he's from the Jewish community. When he went into details of the amazing thing that Ye was able to create, produce, think, music, he's saying that even though Ye may seem as he's problematic to a lot of people, people cannot afford to make a statement overshadow his creativity. People do hurt people, and it's not the hurt that we've caused, but it's how we will move from it going forward. And that is a statement I duly support, because oftentimes people tend to focus on the negatives instead of how do we heal, learn going forward. So in this case, I believe that is Adidas' focus. Now, they're saying that by selling some of the stock, the company could mitigate a potential $5 million, and that's £5 million actually, hit to the operating profits as a result of ditching Yeezy. So, guys, if you remember when I said to you that Adidas is going to ensure that they sell half of this inventory as a third party seller, because they're going to sell half of this inventory as a collectible. They're going to do a really good promotion as a third party company, and the price is going to be very ridiculous, and people are going to buy it. It's not if, it's not but. You may hear people say, oh, I'm not going to buy it. Yeezy is one of the best things that has happened in a decade. Yeezy is in the history books. Yeezy is in the shoe museum. And there's something that people cannot defeat. You cannot defeat talent, never ever. You cannot defeat talent or creativity, never ever. And as such, this is what is going to make Adidas move successful, because they are making a calculated move. If you remember, I said to you, I've always said to you guys, Adidas is going to keep half of this inventory and they're going to sell it as a third party seller, because they know that this inventory can single handedly save the company and put it on the foundation that it needs to be on going forward. And now they're actually telling you they are thinking of selling a part of the inventory. They may come and say, you know what, the other half, it was a lot to deal with marketing overhead costs, so we had to destroy it. But what you're gonna see is just random Yeezys popping up here and there from third-party sellers, and you're gonna think, oh, so this seller bought himself 10 pair of these Yeezys. That seller will be Adidas. Remember my word. Now, Adidas is saying by selling some of the stock, the company could mitigate a potential £5 million hit to operating profits as a result of ditching Yeezy. Adidas has said that if it decides not to repurpose the Yeezy stock, repurpose, the company could fall to a $700 million loss from the write-off of the value of footwear plus other one-off costs. So Adidas is basically letting their investors know that there's absolutely no win for the company without using this easy inventory. Now, they're saying that it is unclear how much stock will be sold under the current plan and what proportion of the proceeds will be donated. Ed Stoner, a sportswear industry consultant who previously worked at Adidas, said that the decision to sell the footwear and give proceeds away was a smart and responsible move because money will be handed out to people so that they can keep that hole in their face closed. No disrespect. Everyone has a price. People may say, you know what? I'm not for buy. You cannot purchase me. I'm not for purchase. But listen, in the field of business, business 101, everyone has a price. And once you're giving them whatever their price is, everyone will be good. Now they're saying that um, it's good, it's smart, it's a responsible move to sell the Yeezy inventory, donate some of the money because not only it preserves the brand integrity but avoids a sustainability crisis because without this inventory, Adidas will be over. However, if the goods are sold, you will be entitled to the previously agreed commission of 15% of turnover. According to media reports, Adidas has declined to comment on this aspect. They cannot comment on it because the reality is, if you're thinking about it, this report is telling you that if Adidas is going to move forward, you will be entitled to the previously agreed commission of 15%. And not just that, Adidas, because Ye is not going to say, oh yeah, go ahead, sell it. Ye is going to say, I want my IP. I want my IP back. I want my kids' IP back. I want my money back, right? Because there's this thing about Ye that people don't realize, and the fact that he's smart, right? And not only is he going to say, you know what, I want the 15% of turnover, he's going to want an additional percentage. It could be 3 because he knows that the entire company is rocking on him. The entire company relies on his decision, and there's no way around it for Adidas. Everyone is going to have to give in to Ye. Adidas investors, whether they like it or not, they're going to look at him and say, damn man, I hate this man. But guess what? He's so freaking smart. I don't know how he does this. And everyone is going to want to have a one-on-one. I believe this man, Ye, should write a textbook on business 101 because, I mean, whether you love him or hate him, he knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it as it relates to the field of business. Does he always get it right? Heck no. He often gets it wrong. But when he gets it right, he is right a lot. Now, analysts had suggested that Adidas could relaunch the popular Yeezy products under a different brand name. Do you hear that? Analysts had suggested that they are going to do this. It's not if, it's not but, it's not maybe. Maybe if you guys decide to sit down and do some research, you will find that there's 5 or 10 other products that says at the same LLC as Adidas. They are going to do it, as I say to you. Adidas is going to buy back half of this inventory, sell it as a private seller. You're going to see it on different sites for thousands of dollars. And this is what they're going to use to bail the company out and put it on that foundation going forward. So the analysts are saying Adidas could sell the popular Yeezy product under a different brand name. The brand has said it is the sole owner of all design rights to existing products as well as previous and new color variation on the Yeezy part. Why would the analysts be using under the Yeezy partnership? That is because Adidas and Ye, they have signed a partnership months ago. Ye knows this. He's keeping it tight-lipped. Adidas knows this. But Adidas is just waiting on the right time to make the move. They're allowing everyone to heal. That saying that goes, give them 9 days and they'll all be over it. That is what Adidas is doing in this case. And I believe that they will be successful. And Ye is once again a billionaire. At this point in time, we can officially say that Ye is worth at least $1 billion. He has gotten back his IP. We can confidently say Adidas had to give him over $500 million, we had to say, and he's about to get another $500 million in the next 6 months or so, could be more. But we know that for a fact, he's about to get over $1 billion in the next year from Adidas. And that's all I have to share with you guys in this video. Let me know what your thoughts are, and while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up, share if you care, and see you all next time. Bye guys.